and welcome to day 224 of me trying to teach myself how to draw. Today is also day 14 of the 30-day art bootcamp that I wrote for myself. Yesterday was perspective, and today is placing figures in perspective. So I used David Finch's How to Draw Figures in Perspective video kind of as a guide. He kept it in 2-point perspective the whole time, which makes sense because for illustrative work, I feel like 2-point perspective is the most common point perspective that tends to be used. And then I used waxy, hard to erase colored pencils for my perspective lines, just because I knew I would probably be doing a lot of erasing and I didn't want to completely lose them. That was a big brain moment because I was correct in my assumption that I would be erasing a lot. Perspective is one of those things that, like, the concept is very simple, that you can very easily lose track of what you're trying to do and mess up. I am having trouble keeping my characters stacked properly. I'm not exactly sure why, and I'm not exactly sure how to fix it. I tried drawing a line, like a vertical line down for the center of my character, and it still didn't help. Like when I place the torso versus the pelvis, they just kind of off center from each other. And the legs I especially have trouble with. Maybe I just need to draw a bunch of Minecraft characters because they're all just simple breaks, and then carve out more fleshy characters from there. Overall though, I feel like I learned a lot. Just you have to follow the lines, and then of course if you want to move a character up onto a different platform, basically you figure out what the height would be standing on the ground plane, and then you take that measurement and you plop it on top of the new ground plane that is higher or lower or whatever, and that is what you used for the height of your character. And then the last one I followed along with had sitting characters as well as characters that, like a child next to an adult. And as you can see, the grid for that was just roughed in. And it was really rough for me because I, even when I'm trying to use my shoulder, have a tendency to curve my lines, which is not what I wanted. But I think I managed to draw it out okay, draw everything out okay. The sitting characters were a little bit difficult because I wasn't quite sure how to measure out the legs, like the length of the legs, because as they get closer to the camera they get foreshortened, and he didn't really explain that one as much as I would have liked, so I'm gonna need to go find some other videos or resources and figure that out, mainly because we focused on moving the vertical but not the horizontal, but not rotating the cylinders or box along the same horizon line but not along the same 2 points, because that's what would happen with the limbs as they move. So I'm gonna need to go find some resources on that. I think Proco might have something. He probably does. I don't know. I'll figure it out. At this point, I'm just rambling to myself because no one makes it this far into these videos. But yeah, that is what I got done today, and I will see you all next time. Oh, also, my daily Bridgman studies.